Good morning, brothers and sisters in Christ, and happy Labor Day. For many of us, work is nothing other than pain. Right? The alarm clock goes off early in the morning. We hit the snooze button a million times because we don't want to get out of bed. Finally, we pull ourselves out of bed, and oh no, we're already running late. We grab a quick cup of coffee, maybe a banana. We get in the car, hit the road, and what do we find? Traffic. Inch by inch, we make our way to work. Finally, we arrive, and then begins the drama of the workday, right? Whether it's, our fellow coworkers, right, and their personalities, and all the little intricacies, and all the things that drive us crazy, or the customers who come to us, and they really test our patience, right? Anyway, the day, chaos, challenge, finally the day comes to an end. We jump back in the car, and what happens? More traffic. We make our way home, and once we arrive, exhausted, right? So for many of us, work is synonymous with pain, with the cross. Well, brothers and sisters, because of this, we can forget that work is actually a blessing. It's a gift to us from the Lord that was a part of his plan for us from the very beginning. Work was not a consequence of original sin. We read about this in the 3rd chapter of Genesis, right? God bestows work upon us as a gift, to have dominion over the land, to actually help cultivate the earth. And that word cultivate, it's an important word, and it comes from Latin cultus, to give worship to God. And so the whole idea behind work from the beginning was that through it we would actually be able to worship God. That we would be able to collaborate with him in the sanctification of ourselves and the world. There's a great dignity in work. But what happened? Obviously, why is work so difficult? So after sin, this is when difficulty and challenge entered. This is when God, because of original sin, as a consequence, we now work from the sweat of our brow. Right? We're going to have to work. It's going to be difficult. And so for many of us, that eclipses the original plan of God for work, which was our sanctification. This is a way to unite ourselves to him, to give him worship and praise. Right? And so if we are going to work well, because brothers and sisters, even though it's difficult, God still has a plan. God still wants to work through the cross and the difficulties and the challenges of our work. He wants to give us new life through our work. So how do we do that? Well, first and foremost, we have to be grateful for our jobs. Sometimes we can forget, we can take our work for granted. I think in this day of pandemic, one of the blessings is that we realize how fragile our economy is. Yeah, we can't take our work for granted. So first and foremost, thank God for our work. I just want to say something, make a little side comment. And I want to be somewhat delicate, but at the same time real. I mean, guys, we hear today, too, about people who just kind of, well, I don't have to work. I can just collect unemployment, and it's difficult times anyway. And we just kind of sit around. We can become used to just not working. No, work is a gift, and we need to be very grateful for work. If you don't have a job, my heart goes out to you. But if you can find a job, then you should find a job. Because once again, work is a blessing. Through work, we experience new life. So it's not okay to just kind of sit around and say, no, I'll just collect unemployment. This is good enough for me. No, work is good for us. Secondly, well, when we work, we should work like Christians. We should work like Catholics. We don't just sort of stumble through the day doing the bare minimum, just kind of whatever. No, we want to work, and we want to work well. Once again, because God has blessed us with this. And now we want to enter into it with supernatural eyes. Right? That God is trying to make me better through my work. God is trying to help me collaborate with him in sanctifying this world. So we should really be like the best workers, right? When we start a job, we finish a job. When we work, we do so with a smile to the best of our ability, trying to spread hope and optimism to those around us. When we engage with our coworkers, we're not sitting there complaining, making everyone else's lives miserable. No, we're here to help. We're here to serve. We want to help them do their job better, right? So this is the sort of attitude we ought to have when we approach our work. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, no one likes to do their work all the time. But hey, we approach it with this supernatural spirit, doing the best we can to bring the light of the gospel right there. So brothers and sisters, let's think about that, pray about that on this Labor Day. Maybe we need to rectify our intention, correct ourselves a little bit. Maybe we've been approaching work in the wrong way. Well, let's ask Mother Mary to help us. Mother, help us to work like Catholics, to be the best workers, and to spread the light of the gospel in and through our work.